talk today on the PTSI. I do a lot of work with complex PTSD, and that is not a nice euphemism for borderline. I actually cringe when I hear the word borderline because it's very pejorative, it's very shaming, but complex PTSD really speaks to the breaches in attachment and bonding and early relational patterns, healthy bonding patterns. And so when I started doing the CSAT and came to find about the PTSI, I was in heaven because that, along with some other assessment tools, but this PTSI was a wonderful way to really gauge some of what I had wanted to speak about with my clients, not because I'm telling them they had some trauma, but because they're coming to me saying, I'm anxious and I want to throw up and I'm freezing, as in I'm frozen, as in I don't want to look at my partner, I don't want to have sex, I'm running from the room screaming, and they walk in the office and they'll say to me, but I don't know what's wrong. And they have that trauma stare. You all know what it looks like. The whites of their eyes, I mean, it is. So here was a perfect tool that I could use for them to understand what's going on with them in a non-emotional way, in a way that was very nuts and bolts, very clear. And then half the time when they were finished working on their trauma, or as they were working on their trauma, all of a sudden their compulsivity was coming up. Well, surprise, surprise. And so when I had already sent them to Recovery Zone to go take the PTSI, many of them I would say, you know, on this site there's a lot of sex stuff. Ignore it, it's not for you. Just go take the PTSI. And that was the way to get them there. I was going to get them there anyway. But for the ones that definitely had to work on the sexual compulsivity, they'd come back in my office and they'd say, well, why is all that sex stuff there? Oh, yeah, it's not for you, don't worry. And then we'd start talking about it, and then they'd start to tell me, well, you know, I had a couple of one-night stands, and it's my second boyfriend in 2 months, and I sleep around, but I haven't done that for 3 months. But before then, I hadn't done it for 3 months, and then I was sleeping around for 3 years. And I said, you know, I have another assessment that might really help you. But it's not for labels, it's not to tell you who you are, it's just to maybe help you understand your patterns. And, oh, by the way, those patterns that we've been working on in trauma may have something to do with your behavior today. I don't know, but maybe we can take a look at this. And so we would, and sure enough, you know, go figure, there's a correlation here.